In every great tale, there's a moment before the curtain rises when the lantern's warm, the braziers breathe, and the world you thought you knew quickly dissolves. In this room, my game theater, nothing comes alive until the lights stir. Not the carved stone, not the old wood, not even the echoes of the stories waiting to be told. So today, in the first part of our game theater lighting series, I want to show you the magic behind the magic. The tools that let you turn this space into anywhere, from a sunlit hall to a cursed ruin. Because lighting's not decoration, it's world building. At the back of my studio, behind this door, is something special. A space where stories aren't just told, they're lived. Welcome to Pernicky Ricks, the ultimate guide to crafting spaces that don't just tell stories, they immerse you in them. Lighting is the secret ingredient of immersion. It's what transforms a simple room into an entirely different world. Welcome back to Pernicky Ricks, where we craft immersive TTRPG spaces that truly pull you in. Today I'm diving into why I chose these particular smart lighting products to make that happen. Lighting sets a tone. Imagine watching a movie where a haunted crypt or a royal chamber is lit with the same harsh fluorescent lighting as an office break room. Would it feel believable? Would it create the right atmosphere? If movies use lighting to set the mood, and theater relies on it for storytelling, then why wouldn't we do the same for our game spaces? For my game theater, I chose Philips Hue. There's a reason for that. It's the Cadillac of smart home lighting, offering reliability, flexibility, and almost a magical level of control. Now, before we go any further, this is not a sponsored video. Philips Hue hasn't paid me, sent me products, or even acknowledged my existence. This is just my personal preference after a lot of trial and error, and I'm sharing what works best for my setup. So why Hue? It's simple. I needed a system that was versatile, dependable, and capable of handling the demands of an immersive game theater. Philips Hue checked all the boxes. First, there's a huge selection of bulbs, everything from standard bulbs to mini spotlights. No matter what weird little nook or hidden fixture I wanted to light, there was a Hue bulb that fit. Then there's the software. Whether I just wanted to set a static scene, sync the lights with music or video, or on special lighting effects, Hue gives me complete creative control. The real game changer? The hub system. Instead of dumping a couple dozen smart bulbs onto my Wi-Fi and slowing everything to a crawl, the Hue hub keeps everything running smoothly behind the scenes. That means no lag, no network strain, just seamless, instant control over every light in the room. So let's break this down piece by piece, starting with the individual lights themselves. The false windows let me create any time of day, whether it's a cool morning, a bright afternoon, or a moonlit night. Each window uses 4 A19 standard E26 800 lumen bulbs, allowing me to control each corner individually. That level of control lets me fine-tune color and brightness, effectively painting the outdoor environment with light. The main lighting in the room, what I think of as the house lights, like in a theater, comes from the chandelier and the ceiling-mounted braziers. The ceiling braziers, they flicker like hot coals for atmosphere. But when we need full visibility, boom, instant lighting. These use Hue A21E26 smart bulbs, 100 watt equivalent, making them the brightest bulbs in the room. When the house lights are up, these provide the most visibility. The chandelier can be bright white when we need visibility, or warm candlelight when we want atmosphere. A mood shift at the push of a button. These use white and color ambiance E12 Hue bulbs, allowing to shift seamlessly between functional lighting and immersive ambiance. Underneath, a ring of mini spotlights shines on the player's seating areas and desktop, keeping their spaces lit without hitting the central tabletop. These are not smart bulbs. In fact, they are the only non-smart lights in the entire theater. To integrate them into the system, I control them using a Philips Hue smart plug, allowing them to turn on and off in sync with the rest of the lighting. This setup prevents glare on the acrylic-covered TV screen, ensuring our magic portal remains undisturbed while the player spaces keep well lit. Near the GM's end of the table, an inset Windows Surface tablet plays a key role in controlling the room, but we'll get into that in the next episode. At the center of the table, a 70-inch 4K TV is inset, acting as the primary display for maps and visuals. To extend these visuals beyond the screen, there's a Philips Hue Play HDMI SyncBox 8K. This syncs the display with Philips Hue white and color ambiance light strip plus LED strips embedded in the table's cracks. As the imagery on the TV shifts, the lighting reacts in real time, blending the digital and physical elements. This transforms the table into something more than just a screen, becomes a magical portal or scrying device, merging technology with the tactile world of tabletop gaming. And now my favorite part, the spotlight system. This isn't just about light, it's about presence. I use a bare-bones stage lighting setup inspired by classic theatrical three-point lighting. But this isn't about evenly lighting a scene. It's about commanding attention, shaping mood, and reinforcing authority. This is the same high-contrast lighting used in film noir and theater to create drama and mystery. The center of it all is a key light, top-down spotlight that cuts through the darkness, locking focus on the game master, like a lone figure illuminated on stage. It's dramatic, it's intense, and instantly establishes the GM as the central presence in the room. The fill lights, 245-degree spotlights, do more than just soften shadows. They help shape the scene, adding depth and atmosphere. With just a subtle shift in color and contrast, they can make a space feel calm or inviting, or heighten tension and unease. Interplay of light and shadow isn't just for visibility, it's a storytelling tool all of its own. Color and shadow as storytelling, that's a whole different rabbit hole. We'll dive into that in a future episode. To keep everything precise, I use Hue GU10 mini spotlights with a 40-degree beam angle. But I needed even more control, so I added hexagonal louvers. Think of them as miniature barn doors on a stage light. These louvers minimize light spill and shield the light source from side view, ensuring no distraction for the players and no interference with the false windows. The last thing I want is for my eerie moonlit window to get washed out by stray light. Now, all of this lighting control wouldn't mean much if it ran on a clunky, laggy system. That's where the Hue Hub comes in. Unlike Wi-Fi only smart bulbs that hog up bandwidth and slow everything down, the Hue Hub keeps things running smoothly and reliable by using Zigbee, a low-powered wireless protocol designed specifically for smart home devices. The hub plugs directly into my router, creating a dedicated network just for my lights. That means I'm not flooding my Wi-Fi with dozens of individual bulbs, and every command I send is near instant. And because Zigbee forms a mesh network, each bulb acts as a signal booster for the next one, making sure every light in my setup stays connected, even in the farthest corners of the room. The best part? It all works locally. Even if the internet goes down, my lighting stays operational. No cloud reliance, no frustrating outages. Just full control all the time. The Hue Hub is what allows me to do everything from syncing my lights to game events to setting up complex transitions without overwhelming my home network. It's the backbone of my setup, and without it, none of this would be possible. Finally, while most of my lighting setup runs on Philips Hue, there's one element that isn't smart but still plays a huge role in setting the scene and features pretty predominantly in my game theater. That's these flameless candles. You can find them from various manufacturers online. They use LED flame simulation technology, flickering like real candles, which adds a warm, organic feel to the space. Made from real paraffin wax, they have a look and texture of a traditional candle without the fire hazards, smoke, or mess, which is great when you have books, props, and the like all over the place. With the push of a button on the provider remote, I can turn them on or off, adjust brightness, even set a timer. It's a small detail, but it adds a lot of realism and ambiance, as they are literally in every corner of the room. A pack like this is around $25 and has 9 candles, various sizes, and 2 remote controls. So that wraps up the deep dive into why I chose Philips Hue and a few other key lighting elements for my immersive game theater. You'll find links to all products I mentioned, along with credits and other info down in the show notes below. We're not done yet. In the next lighting episode, we'll take a closer look at the various fixtures these lights are used in, from the false windows, custom braziers, and everything in between. Look for that shortly. If you've enjoyed this, please like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you don't miss what's coming next. Your support really helps the channel grow and keeps ideas flowing. Till next time, keep dreaming big, and may your stories always have the spaces they deserve.